Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Some days I actually get back on time, so appreciate it, the forbearance. We did have a markup on strategic arms and nuclear weapons and all of that, but here we are. And something that is critically important to California and I think to the nation, and that's the high-speed rail system in California. Mr. Richards, my apologies for missing your testimony, although I was able to read it. Just a quick question to you about the new project going forward. The President talks about making it in America, a subject matter that I've been banging away on for the 7 years that I've been here. And I'm delighted to find myself in agreement with the President on at least one issue, that is that we ought to make things in America. Could you please tell us about the new train sets that are coming on, the attitude of the Commission with regard to this very important policy of enhancing American manufacturing by buying America?
First of all, Congressman Garamendi, I want to recognize your leadership on this issue. You and I have had a number of conversations on this, and you have emphasized, as I think many of your colleagues would want you to, the importance of making sure that these dollars that are ultimately coming from taxpayers, federal or state, go to create American jobs. We envision, unfortunately today, there are no domestic manufacturers, no American companies that are in the business of manufacturing high-speed rail trains. We hope that that will change, and I think, as you have indicated many times, we can provide a role in creating a whole new manufacturing base in the United States, and these are very high technology systems, and so these are prevalent, very high-paying, high-tech jobs. Our view is that, well, first of all, we will respect the Buy America provisions that are in the law. That means that we have to do everything possible to make sure that the equipment and the components are manufactured in this country. As I've committed to you, and I commit here today to your colleagues, we will not seek waivers from those provisions unless we get to the most extraordinary circumstance that we have plumbed the depths throughout our economy to create these components here. In California right now, Siemens, the German company, has a manufacturing plant in Sacramento. They are very interested in manufacturing high-speed trains with American workers. Kawasaki has a manufacturing plant in Lincoln, Nebraska. They are very interested in manufacturing trains with American workers. And any other entity that would come to participate in our program is going to need to come and show that they are either presently have the capacity to build these trains in the United States or that they will create the capacity to build it here.
There are many other elements in this system, concrete, steel, bridges, et cetera. Could you speak to that?
I'm proud to say that today, as we sit here, and it's our intention that this will continue to be the case, every ounce of concrete, every ounce of steel is domestic. The steel girders are being manufactured in Lathrop, California. The steel rebar is manufactured in Southern California. We continue to use 100% domestic content for the construction materials.
Did you say Lathrop?
I did. I believe you're familiar with that community, Mr. Chairman.
Lathrop. I think I know that city, and I know you do also, Mr. Chairman. Well, thank you very much. Just a final point of my own. It was 1988 when California established the High-Speed Rail Commission. Congressman Costa and I were the authors of that legislation. We've been at this a long time. The Buy America provisions are extraordinarily important for the continuation of support for this project. American taxpayer dollars and both California taxpayer dollars as well are the way in which this is going to be initially financed. And to maintain that support, the Buy America provisions maximum, I'd love to see 100%. And as I told you, Mr. Richards, we will never build a high-speed train in America unless the High-Speed Rail Authority in California simply says it will be American-made, in which case this industry will move to America and it will be built in America, and we can then capture both the technology, the jobs, and the future. And so I appreciate your position on this. I hope it is maintained. And needless to say, I'm sure this committee will watch closely because Lathrop is an extremely important community in California. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman.